There is a Swiss tradition here. It's a real hustle and it can take ages. When I knew about this, I'm like shocked. You cannot take shower after 10 o'clock in the evening. The first impressions I'm having here. There are some interesting facts that I learned here while I'm here. And one of that thing is that in Switzerland, people don't own a washing machine in their house. They have another system that they share one washing machine with the whole apartment. So that was really interesting for me. I was surprised, and I'm gonna show you how that goes. Yeah, you just go down in the basement basically. In the basement you have some separate rooms. So this is the washing machine room. They have this washing plan. If you want to wash your clothes, you make a reservation actually. And this is for the whole building. It's so interesting. When I knew about this, I was like shocked. I was like, you don't have a washing machine in your house? If you have your house, well, everybody owns one. And they were shocked for me that all of you have a washing machine in your house? What do you need that for, you know? A whole machine for your own self. So what do you guys think about the system here? I still find it interesting, but in one way, if you think about it, it's way more efficient. It is true that in a way that if each house have a washing machine, it's a waste of resources and it's not needed. So that's what Swiss people think. And also, I just saw, if you want, in the next door, you can even hang your clothes here because it's all public and public for the apartment shared area. I don't know, what do you guys think about this fact, guys? Let me know in the comments if you find this good solution or weird. Would you do this or not? Yeah, and what I noticed here is that people here are really interactive with each other, even in the garden. While we were sitting there, there were neighbors, everybody talking with each other. In the Netherlands, that is not really the case. But as far as I heard here, it's unique for this apartment. Yeah, I don't know about that. So far I've seen is that Swiss people here are really more social and open and talkative with each other. But according to them here, that's actually unusual. So here it's probably also a bit distant relationships. But yeah, but also in the trains, more people were in the trains more talkative. Apparently that is also unusual. So according to Nicola, he don't experience it that often. Everybody is more in their own, like in most Western countries, like also Netherlands and Belgium. Yeah, as I said, I've seen several days I'm here. I just see the more social part and that people are friendly and nice to each other and talkative. I just want to tell you guys as much as possible about the cultural things and the first impressions I'm having here. So that's why I wanted to tell these details that I'm noticing also with you guys. Let's go back. Family day in the garden here. There is a Swiss tradition here. In Switzerland, if you don't need some stuff, instead of throwing it away, you put it in a box and you leave it in front of the door and anybody can just take it. This is what's left. Was ist das?
Kitap.
Kitap. Buch. Minion. We are leaving that for other people. And this is the house in garden. Let me tell you guys another fun fact about Switzerland. Here in Switzerland, in the evenings after 10 o'clock, it's strictly forbidden to make sound to disturb others. So there's like silence starting after 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, if you make any loud noise, then anybody can actually call the police. They have the right to do so. And you can expect the police at your door. This is a serious thing here apparently. Related to the silence, there are things like you cannot take shower after 10 o'clock in the evening here. If the water can make sound or disturb. When I heard this, I was like so surprised. But apparently it's not that strict because yeah, the quality in the houses are good and you don't really hear that. so it's fine. If you're on the streets walking or you're sitting in your garden having a talk, but it's after 10 o'clock and the neighbors can hear you, you have to just really be careful here, I think, in the evenings. What I do wonder here is, how is the student life going in Switzerland? Typical student life or Erasmus student life still always goes hand in hand with parties, late hours, so and here apparently they only do that in the clubs and they don't really do house parties, I guess. Another fact here, I just learned that in whole Switzerland it's not allowed to build high buildings. Most buildings have maybe max 4 floors, like the apartments that I just showed. Other than that, the high buildings are either schools or hospitals or other public places. That makes it also so difficult here when you want to change something or you want to build a house or change something related to buildings. It's a real hustle and it can take ages. You need so many approvals from each part and people, and if something is not allowed by law already, for example this apartment buildings which are taller, then they do a voting for that each citizen can vote if you want it or not. If people don't want it, if people vote against it, then it's not being made. That's another interesting fact, that citizens have a lot to say also for matters here. But that's also related to the fact that Switzerland has not one government. They have different regions, which is called cantons, and each canton have their own government with their own laws and rules. And for a tiny country as Switzerland, it's surprising that there are 26 cantons here. So yeah, I think that will make things really hard to manage, but in some way it works out apparently. Those are some interesting facts that I learned about Switzerland and that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm learning really a lot thanks to my host. That's one of the very interesting parts that I find about traveling, is that you learn so many things about the local traditions and culture of a country if you interact with locals. That's part of traveling for me, and you always learn new things and interesting facts. And it's also always useful to know how things go in a country. You definitely learn a lot and I'm really happy for that. So I would really recommend you guys also, when you travel, if you know people in that country, to just meet up, or in other ways, or on the streets, if you interact with locals, you just always get to know interesting facts. That's what I would also advise you guys. So that was my video of today. Let me know which one of these facts you already knew, or which ones of this you're totally shocked about. Leave it in the comments below.